simplify a couple of notions about how, and show you how I think Finland is different in terms of the policy, education policy and reform. In my book I have developed a kind of a theory of action that I call global educational reform movement. If you take the first letters, you get the nice word germ, right? And germ is like a virus, because I think that this global educational reform movement that has both good things, but probably more of a bad things for education systems. It's behaving like a virus. It's traveling with the ministers of education and consultants and other people from one country and one system to another. These are some of the symptoms of the germ, the global educational reform movement. Believe that we can use competition, kind of a market-type competition, as a main driver of improving quality of education, where we insist that the schools and teachers and pupils and the systems are competing against one another. Okay? And this reminds me of the story of two men who went to hike in a forest. You know, think about two schools who are in a position of competing against one another, and think about these two men who went to forest, and they saw a big sign there saying that you are entering the area where there are wild bears. So when the other guy saw this sign, he took his hiking boots off and put running shoes on. And the fellow said that, but you can never run faster than a bear. And he said that, I know that, but I'm going to run faster than you. And this is exactly how many of the schools feel, that, you know, it looks like they have nothing but cooperation and friendship, but when the tough times come, they put their running shoes on, and then something bad happens to the other one of them. I am actually the last permanent chief inspector in Finland. As soon as I was appointed in the government, they abolished the inspectorate. But I often say that, you know, the inspectorate was gone, but inspection was there. And what we did, technically what Finland did, is that we did away the inspectorate. So we fired or converted most of the inspectors into advisors. Yeah? And we handed over the inspection function to the municipalities and schools by saying that now it's your turn to inspect yourselves. Of course, it sounds funny that how can you inspect yourself, but it was more about self-evaluation and reflection on your work and trying to understand how things are going. And this is, of course, relevant because we don't have standardized testing where we could use the standardized test results as a kind of a means to talk about the inspection accountability. So this is how my niece's classroom looks like. Yeah, I don't know if you can see but this is exactly how my niece's classroom looks like. There are very different students there, and this is a kind of a picture of standardization in the system. So you can see the different animals, and this teacher is saying that for the fair assessment, everybody has to take the same exam, climb the tree. Yeah? And you will see that many of those students there, they fail before they start because they cannot do these things. And this is not what is happening in the Finnish classrooms, because also the student assessment is individualized. We are assessing our students against their own abilities and potential, rather than assessing students against the average or some reference. And